I got freaks 9 days out of the week. There's only 7 days in a week, Scotty. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. This is a simple video, but when it comes to Scott Steiner speaking English, there's nothing simple about it because he's been talking about his nephew, Bron Breakker, and his nephew should be called up to the main roster, Scott thinks, but at the same time, he's backing WWE's decision about Scott Steiner, which of course is to keep him down a wee bit, because he's been talking to Bill Apter of Sportskeeda and WWE Hall of Famer, who we've not really heard, Scott Steiner of course, who we've not really heard since his Hall of Fame speech. I believe he came out a few months after and kind of bashed WWE again, but I think it's all good to then. It's mad, I think that's almost 2 years ago with Scott Steiner doing the Hall of Fame speech, to be perfectly honest. But of course, we've been vocal on this channel. We've wanted Bron Breakker to be called up to the main roster very soon, but for whatever reason, they've just no done it. Now here, I think the easiest, if they've got nothing for him, then fair enough. If you want to keep on building him, then fair enough. But I think the guy's done all he can in NXT. And the problem is, it doesn't matter if they call someone up far too soon or far too late or somewhere in the middle. WWE has not done a good job at establishing these people for NXT. See, apart from LA Knight, who have they really established for NXT in recent years? Not, you can't really say there's many people, to be honest. So honestly, I mean, I don't think it really matters when you call this guy up. I mean, obviously, if he comes up with a bit, if he comes up as the champion, he's undefeated. That's going to mean more than what he's done right now. Because obviously, he's picked up a few losses. Yeah, he's looked strong, like that Iron Survivor match. You know, he came in and fucking got about 10 pins straight away. But let's see what big Scott Steiner had to say. English, as Scott Steiner has been told numerous times. But he says they're still waiting to bring him up when the time is right. I mean, it's better to go up there with them having a plan in mind than just show up. It's best for him to keep on learning. They'll know when he's ready. I mean, I think he's ready now. He loves it. He's a good time there. I mean, when he was little, he was watching me on Raw or Nitro and cut my own interview on me. Raw or Nitro. Big POPPA Pump, the largest arms in the world. He came out to the ring and he was cutting promos, of course. You know, I say we haven't seen a lot for Scott Steiner in recent years, but if you flash your mind to our 2002 reviews, Scott Steiner has just been entered into his feud with Triple H. He's been coming out each week, you know, whether it be slabbering to Eric Bischoff or Stephanie McMahon. He's been out there, you know, largest arms in the world, doing push-ups, doing press-ups, whatever manoeuvre he wants to do. Freakzilla. I mean, I love Scott Steiner. I think he's a great, you know, promo. He's one of a kind. And that's what just sets the old era apart from the new era for me. You know, you've just got so much of these guys that feel like unique, like Scott Steiner, Rob Van Dam. These guys aren't exactly like, you know, on like a Rock or Austin level, so to speak, but they're so unique. There's not one person in the wrestling business fucking like them. You know, Scott Steiner, when he grabs that mic, you have no idea what he's going to say. It's either going to be, it's never even bad. It's always just, you know, mental or something. And Bron Breakker to me can be like, he already sounds like Scott Steiner, and yeah, it makes even more sense now with this interview coming out. The fact that he used to mimic him and cut promos on Steiner. You can only imagine what it was like back in the early 2000s, late 90s. Well, maybe not late 90s. I don't really know what age Bron Breakker is, but I doubt he's much older than like 30. Or maybe he is 30. Hell, I don't know. Big POPPA Pump. Scott Steiner getting his word to him. But hopefully we do see Bron Breakker up in the main roster sooner rather than later, because he will be a star. I mean, he's a guy, we've said it a million times before on this channel, don't want to beat a dead horse, but he's the guy you can see on the side of production trucks, you know, WrestleMania posters, SummerSlam posters, Royal Rumble posters, Survivor Series, that's plenty. You know where I'm coming from, where he's absolutely ready to go up. And somebody actually commented on the post, says, I wouldn't be upset if Bron debuted on the main roster with the full Steiner look and beats Roman clean on the same night, just like that. Neither would I. Don't think many people could actually complain with that. I think it would be absolutely epic. You know, it would establish, I mean, that is the 100% way to do it. You do not let someone like Cody Rhodes or The Rock end this streak. You give it to someone with NXT, and I think Bron Breakker's the only person. I like Carmelo Hayes, right? Few other people I like, but I think Bron Breakker's the only guy that I think has got like mega stardom waiting for him, and I think the perfect way is for him to end that streak. Now, I'd much rather like The Rock than someone else, like a Cody Rhodes, right? But I think if you're looking for someone on NXT to break Roman Reigns' whatever how many days streak, it's Double B, Bron Breakker.